esaudio.net. Speak Spanish fast. Hi and welcome to another lesson from esaudio.net. My name is Julio Fopoli and I'm going to be your teacher. Today we are going to study the uses of por and para. When it comes to mastering the uses of por and para in Spanish, there is a very simple yet powerful approach that can help you in 95 to 98% of the cases and even more. Rather than teaching all the uses of por and para as all teachers do, I prefer to narrow down my teaching. Does that mean that I'm teaching less than I should? I don't think so. After all, my experience has clearly shown me that students are presented with so many rules, patterns, and uses that they are not able to use them well in most cases. What do? I cut to the chase as I'm going to show you now. When do we use para? The first use of para is to express purpose. Any time that in English you can use in order to, in Spanish you must use para. For example, I work in order to make money. Trabajo para ganar dinero. If there is a possibility to put in order to, in Spanish you must use the word para. It's very important to bear this in mind. Let's have a look at another example. She studies to become a doctor. As you can see, I can also say she studies in order to become a doctor. For that reason, we can say in Spanish, estudia para ser doctora. She studies in order to be a doctor, or to become a doctor. Another example. They call me to discuss that issue. Again, I can also say, they call.
The Learn Spanish Live Online Network presents Preterite or Imperfect? That is the question. By Julio Fopoli.
Yeah!
For the purposes of this presentation, we're going to assume that you've already seen the preterite and imperfect verb forms, and that you're looking now for a practical and simple way to know for certain which one to use in any situation. We will quickly review the forms for you, but after that we're going to focus exclusively on deciding which tense we have to use in any situation. If you still need help conjugating these verbs, this video may not be for you. Here are the endings for the preterite form. First of all, the AR verbs.
Aste, o, amos, asteis, aron.
And now the ER and IR verbs, which are exactly the same in all past tenses.
Iste, yo, imos, isteis, ieron.
And here's an example of a complete verb in all three cases.
AR, comprar. Yo compré. Tú compraste. Usted, él, ella compró. Nosotros compramos. Vosotros comprasteis. Ustedes, ellos compraron. ER, correr. Yo corrí. Tú corriste. Usted, él, ella corrió. Nosotros corrimos. Vosotros corristeis. Ustedes, ellos corrieron. IR, vivir. Yo viví. Tú viviste.
esaudio.net. Speak Spanish fast. Hi and welcome to another lesson from esaudio.net. My name is Julio Fopoli and I'm going to be your teacher. Today we are going to study el presente del indicativo, the multipurpose tense. We are going to start off by studying the situations in which we use this tense. The first one is to talk about facts, routines, and habitual actions. For example, trabajamos de 9 a 5. We work from 9 to 5. La tierra es redonda. The earth is round. Another common use of this tense is to talk about actions happening now. For example, los niños juegan en el parque. The children are playing at the park. Juan estudia para su examen. Juan is studying for his exam. This tense is also used to talk about future events on a timetable. For example, las clases comienzan en una semana. Classes begin in a week. El avión parte mañana a las 10 de la noche. The plane leaves tomorrow at 10 p.m. Another use of the presente del indicativo is to talk about the past. This is known as historical present and is used for emphasis. For example, 2 días atrás, camino a casa, veo a una mujer muy bonita. La mujer me mira y me dice, ¿por qué me sigue? 2 days ago, on my way home, I see a very beautiful woman. The woman looks at me and says, "Why are you following me?" As you can see, this use of the present but to talk about the past adds emphasis or more liveliness to the situation that we are describing. We also use el presente del indicativo to talk about experience.
www.esaudio.net. Español real en todo momento.
Hi, and welcome to another lesson from esaudio.net. My name is Julio Fopoli and I'm going to be your teacher. In our previous lesson we learned how to form el presente del indicativo. Today we are going to do some guided practice. In this activity you'll see a conjugated verb that you can use as a model. You will be given a verb and then you will hear the person in which you will have to conjugate the verb. You will have 4 seconds to respond. Are you ready for the challenge? AR verbs. Estudiar, to study. Yo estudio. Tú estudias. Vos estudiás. Usted, él, ella estudia. Nosotros estudiamos. Vosotros estudiáis. Ustedes estudian. Ellos estudian. Trabajar, to work. Yo trabajo. Tú trabajas. Vos trabajas.
www.esaudio.net. Español real en todo momento.
El presente progresivo. Primera parte. Teoría. Hi, this is Julio Fopoli. Today we are going to learn how to form and use the present progressive. The present progressive in English is used to express things happening now or around the present time. For example, I'm talking with John. You are working in England. He's eating the cake. She's selling her CDs. It's eating. We are buying food. You are all earning a lot of money. They are sleeping. As you can see, in English, we form this tense by using the verb to be that changes to am, is, or are, depending on the person that precedes it, and attaching ing to the infinitive form of the verb. In Spanish, we use a very similar structure. Let's learn how to form el presente progresivo in Spanish. When we talk about things happening now or around now in Spanish, we use the verb estar. Now let's learn the equivalent for am, is, are in Spanish. I am. Yo estoy. You are. Informal. Tú estás. You are, as used in Argentina and other countries with the vos form. Vos estás. You are, formal. He is, she is, it is.